It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day. And it's really coming together, isn't it, guys? Yeah, I know, right? Looks like a flea market back here, but I'm excited nonetheless. What did I do today? Well, I painted furniture. I went with a deep blue on the Adirondack chairs, and then I went with a sky blue on these little metal tables that were red. And I'm just feeling it. I'm feeling all of this blue out in this yard. You know, we did the Alice in Wonderland look in Chula Vista, and I loved that for a while, but I was over it probably 5 years ago or more. So I'm really excited to just step it up a little bit here and keep the look a little more dialed in, not quite so wacky. Listen to me. Granted, when it's done, it'll probably be every color of the rainbow again. So I don't know what I'm saying. I'm making this stuff up. Okay, anywho, but I was really excited about, and I'm very motivated and drawn to the blues. So we'll see where that takes us. Check out the orange tree. I went after this bad boy too. It was basically just like down to here, and it was just a SpongeBob kind of square pants thing happening. I did taste one of the oranges, and Megan, you were right, they're awful. But I don't hate the tree itself, and especially since I, kind of laced it out and limbed it up, it gets a tremendous amount of insect activity, birds, hummers, butterflies, bees, cue the butterfly. So I'm going to let it ride. I am going to fertilize it. I'm going to give it some TLC because I adore the smell of citrus blossoms, if for no other reason to have it. That will be a good one. Greg and I are going to come out here this evening and work on irrigation. That's something I've noticed here in Vista. It's hot as balls until like 2 in the afternoon, from like 9 to 2, and then it's almost 3 o'clock now, and it's really, isn't it a lot cooler, Greg? Yeah, it's cooled down considerably, so that's a plus. We just didn't want to work out here in the hottest part of the day, and besides, I was busy. I also potted up the grapefruit tree. There's not much grapefruit tree left after I cut all the dead wood out of it. But I did fertilize this with a good organic, with the Citratone. Pop some more of the ghosties in there, and we'll see what happens there. But we've got to turn on the irrigation, see what there's a total of 6 valves here. We're assuming 3 for the front and 3 for the back. We're thinking probably 1 is dialed into the front of the house, 1 maybe back here, the perimeters. We want to make sure that the hedges continue to get irrigated, as well as the citrus trees. And then as far as my planting areas, they will be plumbed, but I want to hand water because I like doing that. Okay. What else can what?
Potting bench?
The potting bench. Oh, yeah. So I was going to put the potting bench here. Remember I said this is the only shady spot? Hardly. It's hot there. So I ended up going with it over here. So, we'll see how this goes. But for now, this is where the collectibles are going to be housed. And I've got this little cutout to figure out. I've got this cutout here to figure out. I've got a cutout here. And then...
Actually, I think it goes all the way across.
Greg thinks it goes all the way across.
Those are just tiles underneath.
Well, what about those concrete... What are they sitting on? Oh, just more concrete blocks?
Yep.
Oh, cool. Well, if we can effectively demo that and I just have a nice old flower bed, I would prefer that. So we'll look into that, keep you posted. You know, and then I've got this area over here. Our patio furniture, we've been searching for cushions, for new cushions, and the cushions were more expensive than new patio furniture. So we got new patio furniture on order instead. It's not expensive, but it'll do us just fine. The only thing I don't have ordered right now is an umbrella. We still have to find a really big umbrella or a couple of umbrellas or something. But yeah, it's all in the works. It's all coming together. I potted up the Plicatillus. I told Greg, I'm getting a little concerned about my bare-rooted plants laying out here in this heat. So I got this guy potted up. And I was really, really happy to see that this Euphorbia millii variegata, it was just like hanging, just pouting. I mean, just like collapsed. And I thought that the branches had bent or broken, but it turns out the whole plant just bent. So once I stood it back up, it was fine. So that's good. But the challenge and the thing that I decided that I would share with you today is the Celestocactus grusonii. I've been looking at this since we moved in and have finally decided my approach. So this Celestocactus, it occurred to me earlier in the video right before we paused that I wasn't prepared. I didn't have my handy dandy Sawzall. So I had to go grab the Sawzall. Sorry. But this thing was over by the bougainvillea at the other house. And I don't know. I don't remember why I got it or why I planted it. You can see it's in its original plastic terracotta pot. I have no idea why I didn't take it out of that. No clue. But that's neither here nor there now. There are decisions to be made. And I think that the branches that made it intact and upright are really cute and funky, and I'm feeling them. These cracked due to weight, I think, and they're also, you can see the sunburn there. So what my plan is the lazy girl's approach, which is to cut those branches off of the plant down as low as possible and then cover the wounds with rock. Then I can put the pieces over in the Garden of Death, let them harden off, and if they survive that without looking too awful, I can work with them in the garden proper. So let's see how I do and what happens here. Well, that went as well as I could have hoped. Hold on a second. Let me grab the broom. Okay. Clean that up. Oh, it smells weird. Not bad or good, just weird. Okay, so look at that. That worked out so great. I wasn't sure how that was going to look, but I do not hate that at all. So now, guys, the next time that you see this plant, it will be staged better, and I will have some pretty top dressing on it, and I'll have all those old bougainvillea leaves cleaned out of its crevices. I'll have it angled and turned, and you would just never even know what I did. But see, I'm just going to be able to add more top dressing, and you will never know. check it from this side. Right? Let's see here. Oh, shoot. No. That one's kind of...
Broken.
Is it? Is it broken? Do you see a break?
Like, well, it's holding it up right now.
Where's the break?
Right inside here.
Okay. What about...
Might have to cut that one off.
Is this one broken
No,
too?
that one's fine.
You don't see any breaks on that one? And no breaks on this one. No breaks on this little one.
Right.
I don't know though. I think that
Let it,
maybe it'll heal. You know, if this one's able to sustain the weight of this branch, maybe we can let that ride.
for right now, let's ride.
Yeah, for right now we'll just let that ride. And then these cuts that I took, I think what I'll do is I'll cut them off straight. So I have just nice straight vertical pieces. Yeah, here's a, see there? Is that a cut?
Yeah, it's where
A wound, yeah. And then here, yeah.
cut off the bend.
Yeah, you can see where that one's broken. Okay, let's do it. So let's take this one right there. And you know, I have seen, like at Brandon Bullard's Desert Theater Nursery, I've seen how he just lays cactus on the soil, flat like that, cuttings, and they just grow new branches. So, I mean, that's not really my deal. I don't want to do that necessarily. What I want is for these to callus off and just behave themselves and grow roots from the bottom and just keep going vertical. Am I asking too much, cactus people? Those of you that know far more about this than I do, please weigh in. This one, where? Oh, this one was cut way up here. Okay, cut that. Maybe I can just, for experiment's sake, I can take these bottom pieces and lay them flat somewhere and see if they do anything. And then this one we'll take right here. And yes, I am going to get these off of the terracotta and put them around the corner on a tarp or something. And we'll check in on them later, you know, when I remember them. Which will probably be when I start doing this back garden bed installation. It's big. I mean, it is probably, would you say it's 50 feet or more across back there, Greg?
It's about,
Yeah, it's a lot. That's a significant amount of space. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous with a plethora of plant material to rust. But yeah, so these Grusonii might come into play in that new bed. Greg also fixed the busted caps on the retaining wall. You can see here where, and they're still curing, but he went ahead and got brand new caps. These were all broken, and it looks so clean and so nice. So that took him all of about half an hour, would you say, if that, to do that. So that was easy. Yeah, he just used adhesive to stick them together. Then the lime tree over here, also, I didn't really do a whole lot to this. I just cut all of the dead wood out. Okay, I didn't cut all the dead wood, clearly, but I cut a lot of the dead wood out, and I will continue my quest. This is loaded with baby limes and blossoms, and I've seen so many bees over here. That's very, very exciting. So I'm very excited about this very, very healthy lime tree too, and we'll see how it does. And I want to just set the record straight for those of you that are concerned. The netting that I took off of the fence was installed by the homeowner, not the HOA or the golf course. It wasn't to keep golf balls from flying in. It was to keep her little dogs from getting out onto the course. So we don't have a little dog, as you very well know, and that plastic netting was torn and ripped and shredded in places and just a hot mess. So I'm really glad I took it off. I took it off with her blessing. So far, we haven't had any golf balls. We found 14 when we did the demo, but that, I mean, these bushes have been in here since the 80s. So what is that? How many years ago is that? 40, 80, 90, 2000, 40 years, 14 balls. You know, if we see a golf ball, I'll be surprised. And you'll also be relieved to know that the windows are insured against golf balls breaking them. So I'm not worried about it whatsoever. I did try to get the groundskeeper's attention this morning because they are not trimming this mess right here. They were out here with their weed whackers, and I'm like, hello, 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 and nobody's making any eye contact. Like I said, it must be a thing. The golfers, the workers, nobody looks into the yards here at all. It's like I don't exist. It's the strangest thing. I swear I could be out here stark naked and nobody would know. But anywho, Greg said that he could reach over there with the weed whacker and take care of that, because this is the kind of thing that keeps me up at night. Just yuck on that. So that's where we're at. Today we are going to get after the irrigation. We're going to do dig out some of these risers. Greg's going to do some capping. We're going to figure out what's going on, because as soon as we're able to get that dialed in, we will be able to bring in our soil boulders and start with our installation, which I hope to be well underway on that by the beginning of next week, if not sooner. This has been Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day and the flea market of a backyard in Vista. Thank you all also for joining the channel. Hey, also, I've had a few people ask me how to join, and I know on my phone there's a bar right under the YouTube header that says, you know, like, well, it's a little button that says join. Apparently some people can't see that. So if you are savvy and have any ideas or suggestions or direction for people that are looking to join, please let us know in the comments how to make that go. Thanks guys so much. It's been a blast. We are having a ball and love having you along on the ride. Peace out.